Friends. Funniest chaos. Compilation review. Script. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into one of the most chaotic, hilarious, and emotional collections of moments from the legendary TV show. From Phoebe's crazy business ideas to Rachel and Ross's never-ending relationship drama, this episode collection perfectly shows why Friends is still one of the funniest sitcoms ever made. Let's start with Phoebe and Frank's absolutely ridiculous business idea, the Relaxy Taxi. Honestly, only Phoebe could come up with something this insane. A taxi where customers get massages while driving around the city? That already sounds dangerous enough, but Frank somehow makes it even scarier by saying nobody would get out alive. The funniest part is how seriously they both discuss the idea like it could become the next billion-dollar business. Then we move to another classic Phoebe moment, the tattoo situation. Rachel finally gathers the courage to get a tattoo, while Phoebe acts fearless the entire time. But in the end, Phoebe secretly avoids getting tattooed because she's terrified of needles. That reveal is one of the funniest twists because Phoebe spends the whole scene pretending to be brave, while Rachel actually goes through with it. Next comes the emotional but awkward Ross and Rachel storyline. Rachel starts realizing there may still be feelings between her and Ross after a tiny romantic moment between them. But instead of talking honestly, both of them continue doing what they always do, overthinking everything. Rachel accepting another guy's phone number creates one of the funniest panic situations ever. The second she realizes Ross might answer the phone, she completely loses control. Phoebe calling Mike to secretly intercept every phone call at Ross's apartment is peak Friends comedy. Poor Mike sounds completely confused the entire time. One thing Friends always did perfectly was mixing romance with comedy. Rachel and Ross clearly still care about each other, but they constantly sabotage themselves with bad timing, jealousy, and fear. Their relationship feels realistic because neither of them ever fully knows what they want. Another hilarious section involves Joey refusing to believe that Rachel once kissed another woman in college. Joey's reaction is priceless because he simply cannot imagine vanilla Rachel doing anything wild. Rachel getting more and more frustrated while trying to defend herself makes the entire conversation even funnier. And then there's Ross dating Bonnie, the girl Phoebe describes as bald. Rachel confidently agrees to the setup because she imagines Bonnie as unattractive. But when Bonnie arrives with beautiful long hair, Rachel instantly regrets everything. Jennifer Aniston's facial expressions during this scene are absolutely perfect. The jealousy storyline that follows is classic Ross and Rachel chaos. Rachel keeps pretending she's okay while secretly panicking that Ross is moving on too quickly. Phoebe trying to calm her down only makes things worse, especially when Rachel starts blaming Phoebe for Ross potentially falling in love. Another underrated funny moment is Monica turning her apartment into Hotel Monica after the fire incident. Monica treating Rachel like a luxury hotel guest while Joey's apartment looks like complete disaster creates such a funny contrast. Joey proudly showing where he keeps the pizza and napkins somehow becomes one of the dumbest yet funniest scenes ever. The fire investigation scene is also comedy gold. Everyone starts blaming each other over a curling iron while Monica slowly realizes her apartment life has become pure chaos. Friends always manage to turn normal situations into complete madness. Then we get one of the most iconic reveals in the entire series, the red sweater moment. Phoebe dramatically presents the sweater to reveal the father of Rachel's baby, only for Ross to casually confirm it's actually his sweater. The silence and reactions afterward are unforgettable. The literature class scene is another example of how amazing the group chemistry is. Rachel desperately tries to sound intelligent after not fully understanding the book discussion, while Joey literally repeats the professor's questions back at him. Joey's confusion mixed with complete confidence somehow makes every scene hilarious. Phoebe's weird behavior continues with the rat babies storyline. Bringing baby rats to Rachel's birthday party is exactly the kind of chaotic energy Phoebe brings into every episode. Rachel comparing her actual child to rats during the argument makes the situation even more absurd. And finally, we have one of the funniest physical comedy moments in the show, Phoebe's running style. Ross trying to avoid running with Phoebe because of her wild running technique is hilarious from start to finish. Phoebe running freely without caring what anyone thinks actually becomes weirdly wholesome. Meanwhile, Ross acts completely embarrassed the entire time. What makes these episodes so special is how every character feels completely different, yet works perfectly together. Ross brings awkwardness, Rachel brings emotional drama, Joey brings lovable stupidity, Monica brings control issues, Chandler brings sarcasm, and Phoebe brings total unpredictability. Even after so many years, Friends still feels fresh because the humor comes from character personalities instead of forced jokes. Every misunderstanding, argument, and awkward moment feels natural. This collection especially reminds us why Ross and Rachel became one of television's most iconic relationships. Their story constantly swings between romance, frustration, jealousy, and comedy, sometimes all in the same scene. At the same time, Phoebe completely steals several moments here with her bizarre logic and fearless personality. Whether she's inventing Relaxy Taxi or running like a maniac through the streets, she always creates unforgettable scenes. Overall, this is classic Friends at its absolute best. Emotional moments, ridiculous comedy, relationship chaos, and nonstop funny dialogue. Every scene gives us something memorable, whether it's Joey being clueless, Rachel panicking, Ross overreacting, or Phoebe being completely insane in the best way possible. And honestly, that's exactly why millions of fans still love Friends today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite Friends moment below. And remember, no matter how crazy life gets, at least you're not riding inside the Relaxy Taxi. See you in the next video.